riding for Andrew Balding, looking to get that elusive first victory on the board. Here's Mike with the call.
They are set now. And they're off and racing. Razan, the favourite, made a pretty reasonable break here. He's up in the leading half dozen or so for the Unibet Breeders Backing Racing EBF Maiden Stakes over 6 furlongs. Sharp Power's made a good start from his wide draw and comes through now to press the leader, Desert Cop, on the rail, with Razam sitting pretty handily close up there on the outside of the green jacket there of Hello Arthur, and also Inspired Know-How's getting involved as well. He's moved up to 3rd place now, the pale blue jacket. High Ovation, blue with the yellow spots, alongside Harry the Hagler with Kadu in the middle of the field as well. Then just behind them is Fornham St Martin in the green sleeves on the rail, together with the white cap there of Havana Heat. Then Pub Club on the inside, and the one that's outpaced is Elusive Tiger. Down towards the final 2 furlongs they come. Desert Cop then making his bid for glory, but Sharp Power is going after him. Jamie Spencer now just asking for a bit more. Hello Arthur up the inside is also pressing the leader as well, but Desert Cop is finding plenty in front and striding on with some purpose here inside the final furlong. He leads by 2 lengths, and Desert Cop will see them off and goes on to win. Tight for second, Sharp Power together there with a photo with Hello Arthur, and behind them Razam, who never really got a blow in, racing together there with High Ovation.
Desert Cop wins at the 3rd attempt for David Probert, Andrew Balding and owner breeder Jeff Smith. Out of Speed Cop, very speedy family, improved, finished 2nd here last time out and has improved again to win under David Probert. Good efforts from both our 2nd and 3rd. Sharp Power from stall 12 showed plenty of pace to get a decent position. He's run a lovely race on debut this Son of Churchill for Richard Hughes and Jamie Spencer. And again, a good effort from stall 1. I think low draws could be crucial here today at Kempton. Hello Arthur knew his job son of a day and rewarded a bit of each way support last night. But like our previous contest, horses that finished 1st, 2nd and 3rd are in places 1, 2 and 3 as they enter the home straight. Razam isn't the biggest individual the Son of showcasing, and I wonder if a 2-year-old was when he was going to be at his best. He hasn't improved from that return. And not a bad debut from High Ovation. Went to the start very early. They treated him with kid gloves, red hood in the prelims, and was a little bit slowly into stride, which meant he wasn't the best place despite stall 2. He'll improve plenty from his debut. But once again, Tom, these sprinters from the family, ultimately, of FOLKSong are pretty good types, and they're always good to see.
Certainly are. Desert Cop looks to be the latest of those. A very nice performance under David Probert. Once again, it paid to be up with the pace, and Desert Cop had a very prominent ride in that contest. Rach going to take it from the start in the 6 furlong maiden, and a pretty good performance, an emphatic one in the end from Desert Cop.
Yes, we see Andrew Balding and Richard Hughes just sort of commiserating and congratulating, walking on. Indeed, Andrew Balding, as we said, is there, and no doubt is delighted with his Desert Cop, who's done that nicely. Yeah, so it's tall 6. It's interesting. He breaks really well, and David Probert is just niggling a little bit on the neck just to go and get the lead, get the inside rail, switching around from the outside draw, Sharp Power. Jamie Spencer actually did quite well to only be 3 wide on Sharp Power for the first half of the turn. Unfortunately for your favourite, Razam, when Sharp Power slotted into 2 and Inspired Know-How swept up around the outside, Razam, who was in a good early position, just got buffeted way back, lit him up, and then effectively David Egan could have just said, we're done, we're out, we'll come back next time, and hopefully it'll work out better. Indeed. At this point we pick it up, and Desert Cop has got a fairly uncontested lead. I think it's helped Dave in the end. Absolutely. Rachel gave the winner there at 11-2, and the 3rd horse, Hello Arthur, as well. So full marks. I just thought that the favourite got lit up after a furlong and a bit, and that was it. But from what James said about the favourite's physique, perhaps he's just not going to progress. But Speed Cop's son, Desert Cop, Speed Cop was a winner of the St Hughes Stakes and has thrown Desert Law, among whose triumphs was the 2015 Dash at Epsom, which was the race that preceded Golden Horn's triumph in the Great Classic. And this is a horse who has took a big step forward, 1st to 2nd start, and has improved again, and certainly has the pedigree to keep going.
He's a little bit wayward in the closing stages, though. A very nice performance on debut from Sharp Power, Rach, particularly from that wide draw in 12.
Yeah, and what's interesting to see is for Richard Hughes' horse making its debut, they do tend to be a little bit buzzy. And he was walking around the paddock basically like he couldn't keep one eye open, let alone two, and he acted totally professional throughout. And the nice thing was Jamie Spencer, I think, being able to get him out quickly and getting a good early position. He was able to settle sort of on the front end alongside Desert Cop, and then he obviously has a bit of talent. I mean, he cost a fair bit as a yearling. He's well related, as James pointed out, and there's definitely going to be races to win with him. And also, Hello Arthur showed a lot on debut doing things wrong, was better today, and I think wherever Connections want to run the winner, Harry Magnus, that beat Desert Cop and Hello Arthur next time out, just watch for him, because his form line's just got a whole lot of boosts after tonight's race.
Yeah, potentially one for the notebook there, but the winner is Desert Cop. I thought High Ovation made some decent late headway on the far side without ever really looking like he was going to get competitive there, Dave.
Yeah, I thought that was a pleasing enough debut. As you say, it wasn't one of those where you're doing handsprings afterwards saying, my goodness, look at that newcomer. But there was certainly enough in it, as James reported, that the horse was at the start early, so maybe Connections were mindful that the first experience might overface High Ovation. William Haggis has trained a loser now, which doesn't bode well for the rest of the night. But yeah, that was a promising enough start.
Andrew Balding welcoming his winner into the winners' enclosure. That is Desert Cop from a lovely family, and gets that win on the board on third start. 11-2, Jeff Smith, the winning owner in this famous silk. Second was Sharp Power, good run, 18-1, and also a nice performance there from Hello Arthur. Much improved effort on that first run at Kempton. 22-1 returns in third. And the winning time for the second race on the card was 1:13.49, 2.49 seconds above stand. That was much quicker than the first race over the same trip.